Question number 5. Where do you believe informatics has the greatest impact within a healthcare system?
Sharing the information about why everyone's role and their attention to detail in the documentation is crucial, where the value is, and explaining. It starts with that. We can build from the IS perspective, we can build documentation, but if it doesn't make sense to how you need to put that information in your workflow,
Yeah.
and then back to IS, if it's not structured in a way that we can pull out the data, we call it data integrity, structure it in a hierarchy and in a way that makes sense, that it can then be pulled out for reporting. So all the daily charge nurse quality reporting that you do, all the way up to, clinical research studies that have IRB approval, like there's the full gamut of reports that they pull. And all of that contributes to research. I feel the informatics role is to really educate people, not to say, you just need to do this. There's some limitations on the IS side. We have to build it in such a way so that downstream, we can build reports off of that and say the caseworker needs, this kind of report with this information. They need to be able to go back to what specific data points the nurse or respiratory therapist or whatever are documenting and pull from that. And there could be 5 different people getting a different report from one section. That is what we call data integrity. And it has to be built a certain way. We have a certain electronic health record vendor that we use. And so whether you're Epic or Cerner, there are technical limitations to how that hierarchy, how that structure is built. And again, 7 years, I'm still learning. There's some things that, we need it to make sense to the clinicians. And that's where my role for, doing that education and being a liaison comes into play. Interoperability is the key. We have this new, if anybody wants to look up Commonweal, when I say new, it's probably 1.5 years now, where it's all of your medical record information and pharmacy information that comes in, and it can be from anywhere in any hospital system that has chosen to participate. We use that term. It's very broad, but it basically is the data integrity and the ability to build it in such a way so we can pull out whatever we need to. We also want the patient to be able to access, their own data if they travel for work and they're on the East Coast for, this week, the West Coast this week, and they slip and fall and they go to the hospital and perhaps they're unconscious. Who's going to give them the information? They can quickly access that patient's specific things, find out their allergies, all those patient safety things that are crucial. We need that information quick to make sure we don't do any harm.
Very well said.